This video is going to be an update in my series of reviews on the Giant Anthem 27.5. In this one I'm going to talk about what difference the Maxle, the 142x12 through axle, has made in the ride quality of the bike. If you've seen my other video reviews on this bike, you'll remember that Giant does not include this 142x12 with the aluminum frame. They include a standard 9mm through axle. And if you buy the carbon frame, it actually does come with this, but the aluminum frame does not. It does come with the conversion kit on the dropouts to run a 142x12, but it does not come with the axle itself. And the problem is, this is a proprietary thread, and I had to get this specifically from Giant to have the right thread pattern for this bike. It took me about 5 months to get it in. I guess they were really backordered. I thought it was going to be about 4 weeks. So I finally got it in, and I'm going to talk about how it's changed the ride quality, if it did at all. And before I do go into the ride characteristics, let me just show the dropout components. And again, the frame comes with these. Comes with the 9mm ones installed, so you just undo a little hex screw on the other side and take out the original, put in this piece on the non-drive side. On the drive side, you've actually got two pieces. You've got the outside piece that actually has the threads that the axle will thread into. On the inside, it's the derailleur hanger. So it's kind of neat in that it doubles as a replaceable derailleur hanger for the inside piece. Again, just a little screw. Actually, this one accesses from the inside, and the non-drive side, the screw accesses from the outside. So you just unscrew that, pop out the original ones, and put in these for the 142x12. So this is actually my first time running a bike with a standard 9mm axle and then changing it out for the 142x12. And I didn't know if I was going to notice much of a difference. Giant kind of touts that their rear ends are real stiff, and in the past they said they haven't really needed the 142x12, but everything's going to that, so there's no reason to not run one now. And I'm actually happy to report that I do notice a difference in the way the bike handles as far as cornering. I think you have to push a bike pretty hard in a corner to really notice a difference. And where I really notice it is if I'm coming really hot into a corner and I actually have to slide the wheel a little bit, I just feel like the bike tracks a little bit better when going into the corner. And I try not to skid the wheel too much because it's not good for the trails, and it's not good for your tires either. But there are times when you're coming really fast into a corner. On standard corners where, again, I'm not sliding the rear wheel, I still feel like the 142x12 makes the rear end stiffer and allows the bike to track better through the corner, so it's going to hold a line better. Now this is a fairly twitchy bike in and of itself, and I have my Trance to compare it to, and if you've again seen some of my other videos, I did a cross-country versus trail bike comparison, but the trail bikes are heavier, but they're also stiffer, and I can really notice a difference. So not only does this bike have a steeper head angle to make it twitchy, but since it's lighter, and especially the wheels, I think give the bike a little bit more flex than a heavy-duty trail bike. So anything that helps as far as stiffness in the rear end is going to make a difference. And the podium wheel set is really light. It probably has some flex to it, and I'm actually going to try, probably in the near future, a different wheel set from another bike just to kind of see if I notice a difference in the stiffness. But again, I really do think the 142x12 can make a difference. And like I said before, you've got to really be pushing the bike and cornering hard on it to notice it. And I'm light. I'm only about 145 pounds. So I'm not going to flex a bike as much as someone who's heavier. So I think the heavier you are, the bigger difference that a 142x12 is going to make. The only disadvantage that I can think of by running a 142x12 through axle is that, other than it being more expensive, is that you have to unthread it to get the wheel off. So if you're in a race situation and you've got to change a tire quickly, then it's going to take a little bit longer to get the wheel off. The old quick releases, you would just flip out the quick release, and the rear wheel would just kind of drop out. Any through axle, obviously you've got to unthread the axle all the way, and all you do, I mean, if you're not familiar with these, is you're just going to thread it, okay, and just keep turning it. It'll probably turn maybe, I don't know, 6 or 8 rotations, and then you pull it out, and then you drop the wheel off. So again, that's the only disadvantage, is it just takes a little bit longer to get the tire off. So that'll do it for this update on the Anthem, reporting on the through axle. I'll do a complete review very soon on this bike. I've done a few series of reviews on this one, but I'm going to do a comprehensive review on this bike in the very near future. So if you're interested, stay tuned to my channel. I'm also going to do an update to my Trance 27.5 reviews. I've already done a full review on that, but what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to replace the stock wheel set on that bike with a set of Stan's Crest, and I'm also going to replace the standard 9mm axle on that one with the through axle, and I'll report on the difference that makes, the wheel set as well as the through axle on that bike. So again, if you're interested, stay tuned to my channel. That'll probably be in another month or so. So that's going to do it for this update on the Anthem. Thanks for watching.